Here's to whiskey kisses, the peaty taste of sin.
Greetings, Whisky Folk. Welcome back to Drinking Out Loud. I'm Adam, this is Hart, and this is a Signatory Miltonduff 2015, aged for 8 years in first fill bourbon barrels, part of their 100 proof series, which means it is, what's the ABV?
57%?
Ooh, 57.1. I went through this weird mad period, one of the videos I did with Andrew yesterday, where I thought that it was 57.2, and I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's right. I don't know. 57.1 seems to be correct, and I don't know why I thought it was 57.2. I was really hoping you would make me look good and say 50, but oh well. Yes, it is naval proof, British proof, not American proof. So yeah, apparently this is edition 24, and I've yet to figure out whether that means this is the 24th edition of Miltonduff or just the 24th 100 proof series in general. I feel like they can't possibly have done that many Miltonduffs because this is a relatively new series.
Yeah.
Right? So I think this is just 24. So maybe you can collect them all. I don't know. We've got a few different 100 proofs in this set of releases. If you are joining us as if you are catching this one as the first, there are 8 videos that were launched together today for 8 different signatories because we are, we're celebrating Signatory. We just launched yesterday, I guess, at the time of video release, the Signatory Showcase here at Whisky Folk, which was our big sort of launch for our new partnership with Signatory. And I assume it went really well. At time of recording, it sold out, and then we borrowed more glassware from the Victoria Whisky Festival so it could fit more people. So maybe it'll sell out again. Who knows? Either way, it's technically oversold at this point, which is kind of cool. Yeah, very, very cool. We had 3 signatories that we released as a preview at the Highland Games and then as in-store samples, and they already sold out, all 48 bottles of them. So, yeah, people seem to like Signatory, and let's see if this one is going to keep that trend alive. I'm excited for this one because this is different to all of the other ones we've got. Like, I mean, they're all different in their own special way, but this is the only high-proof, just straight-up bourbon cask unpeated whiskey that we've got, which is kind of strange. There's a lot of sherry cask and there's a couple of peated ones, but this is the only cool straight up bourbon cask single malt because we did have a single grain with the North British.
It also wasn't cask strength.
Correct. Yeah, good point. I mean, this isn't cask strength theoretically. I mean, it probably is, but it's close. Nice.
Oh, that's a bourbon barrel.
Yeah, that is apples. That is apple, vanilla. It smells kind of like a cider. Yeah. Floral, absolutely.
Definitely that caramel apple note.
Yeah. Nice. It's got a sort of sweet richness to it, almost syrupy kind of nose. Almost, how do I describe that without... You know how sometimes, like, this is going to sound really bad before it gets good.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when meat's been left out for a while, it has that weird, slightly sort of penicillin sweetness smell to it.
Okay, we're definitely on the bad.
Yeah, but it's kind of like really weirdly syrupy apricot-y. It reminds me of that in a really good way. Don't
know what you mean about the meat thing. I do know what you mean about the syrupy apricot.
Yeah, no, fair. No. All right, chin chin. Oh. Now, kind of tastes what I would expect that new Calvados we brought in to taste like. We just brought in a new Calvados, which was matured in single malt casks, which I'm really intrigued by. But yeah, it's big, bourbony, appley. Bourbon casky appley. Doesn't taste like a bourbon itself. No. But yeah, very American oak forward. That's lovely.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with this. Miltonduff Distillery, we don't see that often. We've seen a fair decent amount in my time in the SNWS. I don't know if we've had one recently, though.
No, it's been a while.
Miltonduff? Yeah. It's owned by the wonderful people at Ballantyne's, and the only time I've ever seen an official bottling of it was under the Ballantine's label. It was like Ballantine's Presents and then Miltonduff in little letters. They were really like making the Ballantine's part of it feel like the most important, which is an interesting branding technique.
It's a move.
Right? Yeah.
That is a move.
It was very strange. Apparently, back in the day when it was first kind of released as a single malt, it was owned by Allied, I think they were called at the time, who also owned like Glendronach and Lafroig, and it was part of their like special releases alongside Glendronach and Lafroig. So,
Okay.
I mean, in good company.
Yeah.
Very
Very good company.
It's a great distillery. It's often on that lighter floral side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's,
Very.
despite the nose, quite big.
Yeah. Really nice if you want some sort of straight up bourbon forward whiskey flavored whiskey.
Mhm.
I keep saying bourbon forward, bourbon cask forward. There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Again, this is not a bourbon, nor does it taste like a bourbon. Oh, yeah, it's lovely. I do find it funny how, who was it recently? I think was it Glenlivet? One of the big companies recently did a release of it was Glenfiddich. They did that 14-year-old bourbon cask one, and they did ads about it. So all of a sudden, like people were shopping at Christmas time who don't normally shop for whiskey, and they were like, "I really want to try that bourbon cask Scotch whiskey, that special edition bourbon cask Scotch whiskey that Glenfiddich just put out." I'm like, you know, that's like most Scotch whiskey, right? Like 85% or more goes into bourbon cask.
Mhm.
It's not actually special. Actually,
No.
you know what it reminded me of? Did you ever see Mad Men?
Yes.
I never really saw it, but I know it was referenced in that. Back when I was studying like branding and design and stuff, they referenced the Lucky Strike thing. It's like, it's toasted. They're all
Mhm.
toasted. Yeah,
Mhm.
but this one says it's toasted.
There's a magic to that.
There really is. Yeah. Yeah, great whiskey. So, before I tell you guys the price and say that if it is, I don't even know if it's available at this point. It might have sold out at the tasting. I'm going to throw a curveball at Hart here and let him know the new thing that we're going to do on these videos. This is officially now a review video, because apparently you get more views on a review video on YouTube. Put the word review in the title and suddenly people give a shit. I don't know. I've had quite a few people ask why on these videos I never give like a score, like my personal opinion. I don't think my opinion really matters at the end of the day. It only matters in so much as take it alongside lots of other people's opinions if you can, and take that into account. Like one person, like someone can have a really like something against a whiskey just because they don't like the taste of pears and it reminds them of pears. You know, one person's opinion is rubbish. A group opinion is what you're looking for. So at the tasting on Thursday, there will be a whole group of Whisky Folk people, and hopefully a decent amount of them will fill out the little form and leave us a review. And I will be putting that review up on this video. At time of recording, I don't know what the score is going to be, but you guys watching the video are about to see it on the screen. But before that, I'm going to give my score, and I'm going to invite Hart to do the same, and then we're going to guess what we think the members scored it. So out of 5, I think this would be a 4.2.
An easy 4.
Yeah. Definitely an easy 4.
Yeah.
4.2 almost seems a little stingy, to be honest, but
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see how generous people are feeling. I think maybe, so we split the difference. You think the crowd will go like 4.1ish?
Like we usually score out of like 100, don't we?
Oh, we used to. We score out of 5 now.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually got. I actually did this whole like. I made an algorithm to translate all the old out of 100 scores to out of 5 scores, with the lowest score being like 0.5 and the highest score being 4.9, and making everything sort of go not linearly, but like on an arc in between.
Normalize it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're out of 5 now, with the idea that approximately 2.5 is like an average normal whiskey, like Johnny Walker Red would be a 2.5, for example, in an ideal, controlled world. So yeah, most things, I think 4.7, 4.8 is like in the realm of, your like Kleinlich Select Reserve that used to be like a 97. Most things are landing in that sort of 4.2, 4.3 kind of range.
So I was thinking like 92. So
yeah. So a 92 would be like a
4.6?
Yeah. Probably a little less than that. It'd be like 4.4.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, 4.4 probably seems about right. I think I was being a bit stingy.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'll put on the screen right now what score they put it at. I think they would have put this under the fresh and floral profile as well. I think that's probably 100%. Where this sits. And there's an argument to be made for malty and dry, but I think fresh and floral overpowers
It's
it.
not super dry.
It's not, or malty. But
No.
it has a little hit of like caramel bourbon cask. But yeah, it's definitely on the fresh and floral side.
Oh, that smells so good.
Yeah, it kind of gets better, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should we try it with water? I've
Yeah.
figured for science, we should probably go all in. I actually had someone complain that I didn't add water to a whiskey on one of their comments for an old video recently. I'm trying to figure out whether I reply because, yeah, I know, I understand that I should generally add water, but I forget quite often because I just get caught up in enjoying the whiskey.
Sometimes it makes a difference. Sometimes.
Yeah. And if I'm enjoying a whiskey a lot, I often will not add water because I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
You know?
If it's good as is.
That didn't make it worse.
Mm-mm.
Made it, weirdly, I would think, a little hotter.
Oh yeah, it's spicy now.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
Yeah. Now
All
a
right,
lot of
yeah,
cinnamon
it's
that
almost
came out.
going into the fruity and spicy kind of realm of
it's
flavor
moved.
profiles. All right, so finally, if this is still available, if this did not sell out at the in-person tasting and made it to our website, you'll find it at strathliquor.com. It's $112.96, which is already an outstanding price, but of course, it's a featured whiskey in the Whisky Folk Club, so join our free-to-join club and you get 10% off, $101.66. And yeah, that's available for in-store pickup, local delivery, and Canada-wide shipping.
That is
$101.66.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it really kind of is. And yeah, this is the first of 4 videos that Hart's about to join in on. It gets more ridiculous. So yeah, tune in for the next one. Make sure you watch all like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Find your way home. Your